Now here's an overlooked gem for you. Mr. Bones is a title from the short-lived Sega Saturn. You play as a man who died and is resurrected as a skeleton and goes by the name of Mr. Bones. So all these dead people were brought back to life by the evil Dagulian, who wants to rid the world of everything good. Honestly, with a motivation like that, he would make a perfect Care Bear villain. So he uses his supernatural drums to awaken the dead as his minions, but Mr. Bones, as shown with pure blue eyes in contrast to everyone else's evil red eyes, is seen as a mistake.
You are an impurity.
Hey, let's not get personal now.
And so he commands his army of evil skeletons to destroy him. But Mr. Bones comes upon a musician in the woods, and after they have a jamming session, he gives him one of his guitars. Using this guitar gives Mr. Bones the ability to fight off Dagulian's advances, such as performing for evil skeletons changing their eyes from red to blue. But this isn't a weapon that he can use in the levels. It only appears in minigames and cutscenes, when he needs to break the hold over someone. The gameplay is pretty basic for the normal levels when Mr. Bones just has to jump from one platform to another, but is constantly being changed up. Like in one level where he loses all of his bones and is just a hopping skull and spine, and another, which is a real trip, has him bouncing around on a large version of his head, and when you recover part of his body, the camera will zoom out and you'll be on another large version of his head with the one body part you just recovered. Man, who thought of this? And did you ever think you would see a skeleton swim? Or battle a giant dead bird who looks like the Mouser boss from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? That's a first for me. The game's level designs are really creative, and I have to hand it to the team behind them because normally in platformers, the levels tend to repeat and feel very similar to each other. But each level has its own unique look and feel. In one, you could be running down a hill trying to escape from logs, while another, you're in the talons of a bird flying through a church's stained glass windows. And you know what? I don't think I've ever seen a level in a church done this way before. And as for the log level, it's kind of hilarious when you break it down because Mr. Bones is in a state of panic, and there's this nice relaxing country music being played in the background. It totally doesn't fit with what's going on, but it's incredibly funny. In fact, that's how the entire game is. You can tell it's going for scary, but it's also self-aware about how over the top it is, so you can't help but enjoy every moment of it.
What did the Zen master say to the hot dog vendor? Make me one with everything.
So it's been 22 years since Mr. Bones has been in a video game, and he is well overdue for a comeback. Sega, come on. I know you have a file somewhere of all the people you've worked with. Call them up. Whoever's out there who owns the rights for Mr. Bones, you have to bring him back. Come on, other video game characters have come back from an even longer hiatus. Someone? Anyone? Bring back Mr. Bones.